China has introduced something unusual, the world's first two-seat fifth-generation stealth fighter, the J-20S. At first glance, it looks like a minor upgrade, but analysts suggest it could represent something much bigger, a shift in how air power is coordinated around aircraft carriers in the Pacific. Why add a second seat? What role could this aircraft actually play? And does it truly change strategic balance? Let's unpack it carefully. The defining feature of the J-20S is not its stealth profile or its range. It's the second operator sitting behind the pilot. That design choice signals that this aircraft was not built merely for traditional air-to-air roles. Instead, it appears engineered for high-level mission management in data-saturated environments. Modern aerial operations generate enormous streams of information. Radar returns, infrared tracking, satellite feeds, electronic signals, and drone inputs all converge in real time. A single pilot managing flight dynamics, navigation, system monitoring, and tactical awareness can quickly reach cognitive limits. By dividing responsibilities, the J-20S allows one crew member to fly, while the second focuses on sensor integration, electronic spectrum coordination, and external asset management. Chinese military publications and defense observers have described the J-20S as a platform aligned with intelligentized operational thinking, a term often used to describe the blending of artificial intelligence, networked sensors, and human oversight. The aircraft maintains the stealth geometry and internal weapons configuration of the original J-20, while expanding its role beyond interception into airborne coordination. Some reporting suggests the aircraft may incorporate newer WS-15 engines, which could enhance performance and endurance. While detailed specifications remain limited, the strategic implication is clearer than the technical data. The J-20S is designed to act less like a solo performer and more like a conductor. This matters because advanced aviation is no longer about isolated engagements. It is about who can collect, interpret, and distribute information fastest. The second seat is essentially an investment in decision-making speed. Rather than increasing raw firepower, China appears to be increasing processing capacity in the air. And when that capability is placed within a larger regional framework, its role becomes more significant. The J-20S becomes strategically meaningful when viewed within China's broader anti-access and area denial architecture. Over the past decade, China has developed layered systems designed to monitor and influence activity in the Western Pacific. These layers include long-range radar networks, maritime surveillance satellites, unmanned aerial systems, and precision-guided missile platforms. However, long-range systems require coordination. A moving naval group cannot be tracked effectively without continuous data refinement. Static radar stations alone cannot provide persistent updates across wide ocean spaces. That is where mobile airborne nodes become essential. Reports from USNI News have indicated that Chinese sources describe the J-20S variant as capable of maritime strike missions and extended sensor roles. The aircraft's stealth characteristics allow it to operate in proximity to sensitive zones, while the second operator can manage incoming and outgoing data streams. In this sense, the J-20S acts as a bridge between sensors and decision makers. Its potential manned-unmanned teaming capability adds another layer. If the rear operator directs reconnaissance drones or cooperative aircraft, the J-20S effectively multiplies its observational footprint. Instead of relying on one set of onboard sensors, it becomes part of a distributed sensing grid. Electronic spectrum management is another key component. Advanced platforms increasingly compete not just through physical presence, but through control of electromagnetic signals. With a dedicated systems operator, the aircraft can coordinate jamming protection, communication integrity, and secure data transfer without overburdening the pilot. Importantly, this is not about one aircraft replacing existing systems. It is about enhancing coherence. A network functions best when nodes communicate efficiently. The J-20S appears designed to strengthen those connections. In strategic terms, this represents a shift toward orchestration. The focus moves from platform-centric thinking to network-centric thinking. Rather than asking how far a jet can fly or how fast it can accelerate, planners ask how effectively it integrates into the broader digital ecosystem. and that integration directly influences how aircraft carriers may operate in contested regions. Aircraft carriers have long symbolized mobility and flexibility. A single carrier strike group can deploy dozens of aircraft, conduct humanitarian operations, support allies, and maintain a persistent presence across vast distances. Their value lies in adaptability, yet adaptability depends on context. The Western Pacific has evolved into a region dense with surveillance assets, long-range precision systems, and layered sensor networks. Operating within this environment requires careful planning and constant situational awareness. The introduction of the J-20S suggests that China is investing in airborne coordination to complement ground and sea-based systems. Within the geographic arc known as the First Island Chain, stretching from Japan through Taiwan to the Philippines, proximity to mainland infrastructure shortens response cycles. Data flows more quickly when sensors, aircraft, and support systems are geographically aligned. The J-20S does not remove the relevance of carriers. Instead, it raises operational complexity. Carrier groups rely on layered defenses, airborne early warning aircraft, electronic countermeasures, and escort ships equipped with advanced interceptors. These measures remain robust. However, when facing a more integrated regional network, commanders must account for multiple simultaneous variables. Strategically, this encourages evolution rather than retreat. The United States and its partners are developing distributed maritime operations concepts, collaborative unmanned aircraft programs, and resilient communications networks designed to maintain flexibility even in dense sensor environments. The presence of a two-seat stealth coordination aircraft highlights an emerging reality. Effectiveness increasingly depends on system resilience. Whichever side adapts fastest to networked environments will shape regional dynamics. In other words, the significance of the J-20S lies not in dramatic claims, but in steady transformation. It reflects a broader movement toward integration, automation, and shared awareness. The J-20S represents more than a new airframe. It reflects a strategic philosophy centered on coordination. By adding a second operator and emphasizing network integration, China is signaling that future air power depends on information flow as much as physical capability. Aircraft carriers remain powerful and adaptable, but the environment around them is evolving. The lesson here is not about dominance or decline. It is about adaptation. As air and maritime systems become increasingly interconnected, strategic advantage will hinge on how effectively technology and human judgment work together. And that transformation is already underway. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.